push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Welcome to my Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick. Let's turn on the candles. Turn on the candles. Turn on the damn show. Oh, goodness gracious. Take these ear pods off of me. And might as well just bring them in. The start of the show. My special guest, Ramble Master.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. New Year's starting off pretty good.
Yeah, mine is, it's one of those,
Yeah, I get it.
It's gonna be a weird year. It's gonna be good for a lot of people, and I want it to be good for, but it's gonna be one year that we'll never forget. And with that said,
I was gonna say, hopefully it's a little more memorable than 23. 23 was kind of like one of those years where you're like, wow, it was a year.
Yeah, that's like, it was the year that Biden's laptop just disappeared.
Oh no.
That type of disappearance. But other than that, we're here. We're in 24, and AI is wreaking havoc.
Yes, the main topic of this stream as of right now.
Yeah, AI 2024. What is AI going to do to prevent or help? Who knows what it's going to do? I mean, what I know it's doing is gathering everyone's information as we speak. Everything we speak, everything that comes out of our mouths gets input into a data bank that AI is just harvesting daily, and it's always learning. So There
Yeah.
is going to be a supercomputer, super AI. What was the first lady's the robot? What was her name?
Was it Gemini?
Was it Gemini?
I think it was called. Oh, I think it was the Operation Google called. It was called Gemini. If I'm correct.
Okay. Yeah, and all these companies have a little piece, little puzzle, and it's like Google, Facebook, all these big technology corporations, chips. That's why the chips are so important, and that's why China wants those chips. That's the reason why they don't want Taiwan to be independent or anything like that. They're like, no, you belong to the Republic of China, and that's the battle because chip wars.
Actually, interestingly enough, there was actually a whole thing. I remember correctly was there was actually a thing involving graphics cards because there's a big one of the big companies for graphics card is Nvidia, right?
Yep.
And the thing with Nvidia is this in 20 I want to say this year, even though it's 23. So last year in 23, they came out with the 4000 series graphics cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, from their 3000 series to 4000 series, big upgrade, right? A lot more computing power, really, really good and powerful cards, right? Even though they're really expensive and I think they're overpriced. But the
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is, actually, the United States government actually banned NVIDIA, or at least prevented NVIDIA from selling their 4090, right? Because the RTX 4090s are, big boy card, the one that everyone wants, the
Mm-hmm.
most powerful card a consumer can buy. And they basically made it where they couldn't sell them to China. And interestingly enough, they actually, NVIDIA, because they're like, well, we want sales in China, right? Because there's a lot of Chinese people who want these graphics cards, right? Like gamers and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. The US government's trying to stop them because they're like, well, we know these cards will be used for AI, right? And AI development. So it's actually a warfare right now. So to combat this, NVIDIA has actually made a slightly weaker version that just scoots just under the threshold of computing power. Because how the band works is as long as your graphics cards doesn't make above this amount of power, you can sell them there in China. So it's
Yeah.
a very interesting, or at least that's one main thing I've known when it comes to at least computer technology. At least because if you're going to make AI, you're going to need some, fairly powerful systems,
Mm-hmm.
especially, in the start of the era, we're going to need the most power that we can, especially when you're collecting all this information and expecting a lot of algorithms to do a lot of work.
They're doing a lot of harvesting. That's the thing right now.
Yeah. And what was I thinking of? The other thing I was going to say too is the data. Thinking about the data, it doesn't bother me as much as I feel like some people would be, would think. The only reason why I think that is because I think in the modern day, I think more people should understand we're in an age of information, right? Information is what sells. There's a reason why we're able to use a lot of stuff for free, and it's because they use our data. Because how else would something stay free, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
if anything is free, just know you're the product, you're the advertisement, you're the way they make money, right? So I understand for some things, like if I use, I don't know, like if I use a browser, right? I'm like, okay, I expect them to take some of my data, but in turn, I expect to use their and the search engine to find the stuff I need, right? It's kind of like a trade, right? I trade some of my information for more information in return.
Mm-hmm.
However, people don't seem to understand that, right? And they're just willy-nilly hand out information, right? I wouldn't be up to arms when it comes to security as much as I am if people were like, a little more conservative with everything. They weren't posting everything about them almost up to basically just shy of like, oh, hey, what's your mother's maiden name, your credit social security number,
Mm-hmm.
and the first four digits of your credit card or the last four digits of your credit card at this point. So yeah, I think at least when it comes to the data harvesting, that's kind of what I would say is interesting. Granted, also to make AI, you do need a lot of information as well, which is kind of what AI can use to draw, at least when it comes to a pool of information. So what do you think?
Mhm. I think like also to like the future for banking with AI and how they want to get rid of the cash attendants and close down banks. They'll leave an ATM system there, but they want to get rid of the buildings and everything they want to have done through your phone. Now, if you really need to take out money, you will have to go to a specific branch and then you're going to be interrogated for your money. It's a weird process. I think they want to condition people to continue using their cards and continue using the cyber world to pay their bills and work with their banking through their apps. And if you have a problem, don't come to the bank, call the 800 number. And they really want to go in the direction of a cashless society. And if that happens, that's going to be really bad for society.
Yeah, I honestly I think you still want physical currency, right? Like I think tangible currency is always good to have. I would say at least when it comes to an
Physical
economy.
that's backed, physical that's backed by something
Mhm.
precious,
Yes.
gold, platinum, silver. It has to be backed by something.
Or even
That's
if
how it used to be back in the days.
what am I thinking of? I can't think of the exact economic term it was called again, but the idea is as long as we have a physical currency that represents we use, that pretty much is kind of what separates us compared to something like Bitcoin. Well, besides the fact that we're backed up by a government too, I should state before I talk about stuff like Bitcoin. But like the difference between a US dollar and Bitcoin is besides we have a government backing it up, we also do have a physical currency as well. Compared to, something like Bitcoin where it's all online, it's not backed up by any, actual government. And in turn, there's a reason why something like Bitcoin will fluctuate so often in the market. It's also the same reason why too, where if something goes wrong and your money goes missing, it's like, well, you really can't do anything about it. It's kind of like the Wild West when it comes to Bitcoin. Meanwhile, in the United States, since it's backed up by the government, you should be able to get that money back because there's, ways and resources to say, hey, here's my receipts. This is the company that took my money, or this is the guy I think who stole my money, or whatever.
Yeah, they'll see the trace.
Yeah, they'll see the trace and they'll be able to fix
There
it.
will be a trace of it.
But yeah, with like Bitcoin or something, it's like, well, boo-hoo, your money's gone now. It's like it's because it's decentralized. And I understand the crypto bros, because I actually studied this at one point, because the crypto bros back in like 21 were like, oh, but it's decentralized. That's what makes it so cool. Oh, decentralized is the worst part about currency. Is about your cryptocurrency is because it's decentralized. I will gladly keep my centralized currency if that means the US government backs up my money in turn. Because I feel like a lot more, not only more places respect that I have physical capital to purchase with, but they also respect the fact that, hey, it's a legit currency that is fairly stable. It's backed up by a fairly stable country. I understand I use that in loose terms, Despite everything, the United States is still a fairly stable country. And it shows with the currency being very valuable still to this day, being a more, popular currency to use around the world because it's, backed up by a fairly stable government.
Again. Sorry about that. My internet's getting attacked again.
Oh, the DOS.
They don't like that. This internet's been acting crazy.
Yeah.
Ever since that solar flare, and say certain words and it starts acting crazy.
Oh yeah, that does happen.
But
So
I just believe this. I don't know, because they're putting a lot of satellites in space, right? And they're trying to normalize it like Don't pay attention. It's not your business. Like, yeah, we're sending 23 satellites. First of all, what an odd number. Second of all, that payload holds way more than that. So, what are you really putting up there? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's the real question right there is what's occurring.
They put out the top secret X-37D space plane in space, but it's top secret. So I'm gonna tell you one more time. Yeah, they launched a space secret like plane. Okay, I really wonder what they truly doing up there. Oh.
Actually, well, I know there's some satellites out there mainly collecting stuff for astrology, collecting information about the stars. Because, that's important, at least if we want to become an interplanet species where, we rule more than, one planet at a time. That's going to have to occur at some point. And another point would be also another one I think was internets too. Because I understand people are trying to use what am I thinking of? I think it was Elon had it at one point where it's satellite internet,
Mm-hmm.
where I think it's supposed to be for more rural areas, where it's
Mm-hmm.
well, you can't exactly get a physical connection out there as easily, because that would require lots and lots and lots of infrastructure for such little that's out there. So it's satellite internet. And the third one's probably just going to be government stuff, probably top secret FBI stuff, whatever they're trying to go through.
I tell you right now, they got a lot of shit up there, and they watch everybody from everywhere. Even if you're out in the boonies, you think you're away from society, then they can't see you. Let me tell you something. They see you. They
Yeah,
do
you won't
have.
know. Well, the thing is yeah, with the modern day, the ability in surveillance is a lot more advanced than what it has ever been. So the idea is that, yeah, you could probably get tracked wherever you are.
Yeah, you don't. And people think, oh, I'll leave my phone at home and
Well,
leave this at home. But you understand, everywhere you go these days, there's cameras, and those cameras pick you up, and then they get sent to a database, and then they know where you're at. They're like, his
absolutely.
face popped up at this area at this time.
Yeah, and
So
also I think another thing too has to do with your priority, right? Actually, I remember actually in college, I did a speech about this. I talked about the algorithm actually at one point. Funnily enough, there was an algorithm that was used at one point. I can't think of the exact name of it. Actually, I wonder if I can pull it up in my Google Documents.
yeah.
I had a Google document where it was calculating crime. Oh, it was Compass, right? The algorithm was called Compass, and basically Compass was a risk assessment algorithm that the U.S. like cops basically use to calculate the recidivism rates. Or for anyone who doesn't know what recidivism rates means, basically think of someone's ability to recommit a crime. And the idea behind that is the fact that it was well, we use this algorithm, right? We basically take your data, we take these variables about you, right? Like your age, the age you were when you commit your first crime, your education levels. Think about a bunch of random little details about yourself. They throw it into this algorithm and they would spit out a number. And basically it'd be well, the higher your number, the more likely you are to recommit a crime. And the higher your number is, the more likely they're going to, do surveillance on you, basically to make sure you're not recommitting the crime, or you're not going to commit a crime, which is fairly interesting. Not to mention too, they actually used this algorithm at one point. Actually, in Wisconsin, they actually used this. I think it was in 2016. Eric Loomis, basically, they used the algorithm to determine how long his prison sentence should have been. Interestingly enough, so they actually used a algorithm to just predetermine all these factors, and it was very interesting because Loomis tried to fight back, and I think it was the Supreme Court. And what he tried to say was, hey, you shouldn't be using an algorithm that is a black box to everyone. because it's like, well, we don't exactly know what the variables are when it comes to, putting things into it. The best we can know is maybe the basics, but overall we don't know what this formula is. Hence, I believe I shouldn't be thrown in jail for this amount of time. And the Supreme Court was like, nah, we see no issue with using a black box algorithm to, calculate your prison sentence. So yeah, that was some interesting stuff. They've done some other crazy stuff with algorithms too. Everything is algorithms these days. Algorithms, like even on YouTube, algorithms.
Oh, it's really bad here on
algorithms
YouTube.
keep you in.
Like
Oh yeah,
when they
I've been studying that algorithm too.
yeah, when they put a stop on you, they really throttle you down. They throw you down until like to the point that you have like one person only watching and nobody's getting any notifications or anything.
Mhm.
And it's like you know when you being throttled down. So it's like working yourself back up
Yeah,
and try to get the views back, get the people to come back and do the groundwork because it's all groundwork and just remind people, hey, you know, have you been watching my lives? Have you been getting notifications? If not, you may have to unsubscribe and resubscribe and then make sure the bell's on. So that way, every time I come on, you get notified.
yeah,
Sometimes you have to do it over because like YouTube is slick and they will throw you down and then unsubscribe your subscribers out of your own damn channel and they don't even know they're unsubscribing. Like I haven't many times that has happened to me where like I go to the channel and it says I'm not subscribed. I was like, I was subscribed. So it's just so weird. So
yeah.
I
Well,
feel
actually, I
like
put out a video yesterday too, thinking about it.
mm,
And I knew because I understand the algorithm quite a bit. I'm like, yeah, I understand I won't do well with this video, right? Heck, it even has like 95 views on it right now after one day. And I'm like,
mm,
yeah, I understand this video isn't going to do because it's not going to please the algorithm. I merely just put it up as a basic foundation that I can plug
mm,
later on when it comes to me addressing things.
mm-hmm.
And because I talked about what a Mary Sue was, and I thought if I'm probably going to watch shows in the future, I'm going to feel like I might cover some that might have that trope in it. So I thought I might as well have an explanation video I can, shamelessly plug every time I talk about it. And not
I
to
don't
mention
know.
too, it's like, you get a feeling, right? Where you're like, it's probably not going to do that well, but we'll see. But it's not been too bad though. I think I got 3 subscribers from it or something, but yeah, I get what you
Yeah, you
mean
could
when you
try.
talk about like you feel it, right? You kind of get a
Yeah.
feeling after a while where it's like you're like, oh yeah, I understand what's going to occur.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, the people that come to my show and stuff, they know they're the regulars,
Mhm.
and they come through the chat and so forth, and they get the notifications. I'm hoping they do. Um, Sometimes if you're not here for a good amount of time, I guess they'll move that bell out,
Mhm.
and then you have to go back and re put for all again because it's been a while, and for some reason YouTube has that. I don't know. They're just a weird company. They're very weird. Like
Yeah,
they creep me out more than Facebook sometimes. They've been taking down videos of mine and shit. Miss medical information bullshit. Like I want to do a show one day, have like a private show where I can have a whole bunch of individuals come and watch that episode.
yeah,
Because I
that'd be
get to
interesting.
watch it, I get to review it.
Hmm.
So I want to do like a review. It's like, all right, counsel's here. All right, let's watch the video evidence and let's make our opinions. Where did I go wrong? where? Oh, because I wasn't getting Pfizer money. Okay, well, I'm not sponsored by Pfizer. That's why they want people, companies like the news agency sponsored by Visor. Visor's this, Visor's that. Your
Right.
late night show brought to you by Visor.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
hell.
always fun.
It's like, why the push? Why the push? Because like the way the world is now and the way they acted back then, like everyone should be dead right now. Then, if that's the case, because the way I saw everybody together last night where I was at, and then like all my trips and everywhere, like I'm like, yeah, about that cunt word. Um, People are just out everywhere. Look in New York, in Vegas. Look at the Vegas. Everybody was outside together. I don't know about. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that they just bullshit us, and then we're just here to suck it up. And then there's so many little diehard like liberals out there that are like they're starting to prep and being preppers now because they're scared about 2024 elections. Scared of what? That's what I want to know. They're preparing, yeah. They're going crazy. It's in the news articles and everything.
Yeah, that's the fun part
What the
about it.
fuck you preparing for? Rumble, what are you preparing for? The
Me?
fuck?
Oh, I'm preparing for a lot of things.
Dude, I'm coming to your house.
Me? Oh, wait a minute.
We're
I'm
going.
expecting him to just put like straight up like in the comments like my IP address, my digital location, you know, my coordinates to my house and everything. And it's like this is the internet router you're using. This is your PC specs. You know, just bling 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 bling. And I'm like,
Coming over.
oh no!
I'm getting the whole family high as fuck. If the world's coming
I'm
down,
getting doxxed.
we're going out with a bang. I
Oh man, I can't wait to get doxxed.
mean, I'm already fucked. My back's already gone, so I'm not gonna be much of a help. But I'm good
Yeah.
food. I'm good food to eat.
Wait a
So
minute. I don't like that sound. I don't like that.
cannibalism.
Man.
Hey, freaking! There's people they used to do that back in the days. They
Well,
got
actually,
twisted.
if I'm correct, the British people actually ate mummies at one point too, as a delicacy.
It's wild. And then
Yeah,
you wonder how they got all those diseases.
yeah.
It's like, oh man,
We stick around and we find
the
out.
day's coming. The world is going crazy. Like, Rambo, I'm coming. It's like I can see it'd be like a movie. It's like super zombies everywhere and opportunistics. It would be a good horror movie because it'd be
Yeah,
like but it would be like just weird. It's just weird. The times right now is it's like a movie. Like the aggression that's happening right now is a movie. There's a lot of moving pieces in this world that people are not paying attention to at all.
yeah.
Like
Actually, one thing I was
it's
gonna. Oh, go
go ahead.
continue. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
because I was gonna add on to that actually, because actually I remember actually on New Year's Eve, right? Because my mom had some surprise guests come over, right? I was completely unprepared, but I somehow managed to make it through. But the idea was, we were talking, right? And I was talking with one of the guests we had over, and him and I, we were talking about AI, right?
My heart
And
went to 137.
yeah, we were talking about it, and we were talking about like, you know, like, do you think it would be a smart idea to implement it, right? And he's like, well, he's like, I think art, right? And I kind of have to agree with him on some parts of this. He was talking about how like with art aspect of it, right, when it comes to like music or paintings or drawings or whatever, AI is fine, right? But like the military side of things, we probably should leave AI out of it, right? Because it's like, haven't we have enough movies showing like, this is probably what's going to happen if you make a militaristic AI and the chances that it goes rogue. Because it's like, prime example, Terminator, with Skynet and everything like that. It's like, it's like we have these movies where there are these warning signs that people don't take seriously, is what he said, because it's a movie, right? You're not really you don't really take a movie seriously, right? Unless it's like a documentary. But like, that's pretty much on its own regard. But Terminator, last time I checked, is not a documentary. But then we get into a scenario where, back in the day, when you first watched the first Terminator movie, you're like, oh no, we'll never have that. We'll never get that advanced. And it's like, nowadays it's like, wow, we're getting really close. It's like, how do we proceed with caution? And it's like, if we look back in the movies, it's like, well, you probably shouldn't implement it when it comes to militaristic stuff, right? Because that's where issues can occur.
Yeah, it's just Terminator where they came out. It was a pretty big deal. That movie was pretty intense and said a lot. But were people paying attention?
Not exactly.
In one ear, out through the other. They don't even remember what they were wearing yesterday. That's how bad people are with remembering things. Like, you ask someone, hey, what did you do at 4:00 in the afternoon yesterday? They're pretty bad. They were like, oh, shit, I don't know. That's be the first word that they say, I don't know. And for every I don't know, you get $1. I guarantee you become a millionaire. Guarantee.
Probably racked it up pretty quickly, too, because a lot of people say, like, I don't know. A lot of people don't really keep track of a lot of things, too. Like, heck, I can even ask, actually, I remember in high school, I could ask someone, hey, what did you eat for lunch? And they'd be like, shit, I don't know. And it's like, lunch was like an hour ago. And it's like, how do you not know what you ate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Short-minded. It's like I try to work with my long distance memory, and I work with things that I heard, things that is told to me. I have it in a data bank in my brain. It's like the movie Dreamcatcher, and you go in there, you have all those, like, there's so much information in there. That's me. And just a lot of stuff that I learn from, and I've learned from myself and from others, and my experiences, and but every day, every time I come on here, it's always something unique.
Yeah, that's well said. Because what was I thinking of? On the topic of AI, right? Because that was the kind of the idea of this live stream idea, right? Because one thing I found interesting with I wanted to ask you when it comes to question with AI is, do you think we should use AI, right? And if so, how do you think we should, use it? Because I'm on kind of like the idea of we should use it, but maybe avoid, a military proceeding with it.
It's like everything you do with AI is recorded.
Yes.
Every click of your finger on, even if you misspell the word, gets recorded. Mm-hmm. So your intent, they'll know by your fingers and the way you pressed it, how long it took you to spell it out. All that gets calculated into a system, and then they'll know if it's legit or not. They'll know what you're looking for, how to give it to you already by the time you hit enter.
Yeah. I find it, because what was it? When it comes, because another interesting thing about AI too is it's like, when you do like, what is it? I remember, what was that one live stream or whatever? I remember I checked in on you. What was it you got? What was it you were talking about GPT and stuff like
Oh,
that
the
too.
Chat GPT
Yeah,
7.
yeah, and I was
What's up,
telling you,
7?
and I told you like I knew
Man,
some people who did essays with that, right?
7, would you like to join the stream, just us three? And I can send you the link on to Discord. Because I feel like this is a good topic
Oh,
for
this would be
you
perfect.
for tonight, too.
We got it.
Because I know, I love what he's very educational, man.
Mhm.
And I love listening to him and
Wait,
what he talks about. But, he wants to get into other things. And he wants to talk about other things. And I
yeah.
think he's made friends with Chat GBT. Like,
Mhm.
they're friends. I have I'm reserved. I don't have it. I don't have the app. So I asked 7. He needs to ask me. Yeah, he has to ask the Chat GBT. Yeah, I'll come up. All right,
All right,
brother, I got you. This show's gonna get even better.
this is gonna be great.
Yeah, it
Oh
is gonna
Lord.
get great. Like, 7 don't play. That's my boy. He don't play.
Yeah,
So
because I knew some people in college who would use, or Chat
mhm.
GPT, or like if it wasn't for like writing essays because they wanted to be
Oh,
academically
yes.
honest, the one better people I knew used it for like ideas. They're like, hey, can you throw me an idea or two, to kind of work with? And then, the AI would say, okay, let me see what I can find. And then they're like, spits out a prompt, like a idea. Like, okay, I
I
can work
wrote
with
up.
that.
I wrote out 2 joints for this. I knew it was gonna be
There we
good.
go.
Um, that Chat GPT thing has me really weirded out because it's collecting so much information and data from so many people, and they're being so naive and putting it all into that. Like, you're feeding an emigorg. Like, you're feeding into a big ass system that's absorbing all this information, and this information is being hoarded like the worst hoarder ever, and it's just balling it all up, and it's just becoming this one, like, and people are just not realizing that you're doing that by typing on your computer or on your phone. All these conversations, phone calls, texts, all that gets into that big monster that's eating up all this data. You know, nothing goes unwaste, especially if it comes out of your face. Like, they're listening to you at all times. Those that are out in the boonies, they're in the boonies. They can see them because they have infrared, so they'll know if it's human. And they can see from a like, you could put a penny up or make it a dime. You could put a dime up, and they could see it from one of the satellites from space and tell you the year, and they'll tell you about the coin and the shape it is from space.
Hmm. I
That's
heard
just
about that.
crazy. That is so crazy. Where I went when I was little, I went to Jonathan the JFK Kennedy Space Center. I went there when I was a little kid. I went there a lot of times because my goal when I was little, I wanted to be an astronaut. Wow, Rick, Rick wanted to be an astronaut. Yeah, but it was just like my parents took me a whole bunch of times up there, and it was just really learning. It's a lot of buildings, a lot of nerds, for sure. And yeah, I wanted to do that when I was little. And then Challenger happened, and then my dad pulled me away from the television. He didn't let me see the whole thing. He like, yeah, my heart rate is up again. See, when I talk about real shit, my heart
Mhm.
rate goes up. Like, I'm at 136. That's how I was on 137, but it gave me another warning. My heart rate.
Yeah, actually, if I'm correct, it's like your body does that sometimes, at least when it comes to specific ideas and also anticipation, right? Like
Damn.
if I'm going to like, let's say, do a workout, my body is gonna like, kind of amp up its heart rate a little bit to kind of in preparation. It'll kind of like my mind will be preparing my body for the workout that I planned, right? Because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a workout soon, right? I got everything I need. I'm going to the gym. Your body will amp itself up in little ways, like maybe increase your heart rate, maybe get a little adrenaline going, depending on the situation, kind of preparing yourself for the situation. So
Nice.
at least that's what I
Well,
can think of the explanation of, you're like, man, my heart rate goes up when I talk about these real things. It's like, could be also, your body
it's crazy. Mr.
preparing.
Seven Serpents. Hello and good morning. Let's bring in Mr. Seven Serpents. Hello.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Smoking and drinking a little glass of wine because I feel like we need it.
Yeah, your title of your video grabbed my attention because I was just talking about AI earlier.
Mm. We were talking about this for a while, me and Ramble. We just had a whole bunch of
Oh yeah?
shit in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been like, we're gonna get the show. We gotta do
Uh,
it. We'll do it. Let's do the first show of the
uh,
2024 year, talking about AI. But yeah, Seven, because you're into the Chat GPT and have
uh,
like
I had to
in
cut off
hindsight,
my Wi-Fi. Hopefully I'm back.
you're here. We hear you.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, my Wi-Fi
how?
was glitching out, but I think it's good now.
Okay, how you feel about the Chat GPT and its potentials?
No, I've got a mostly positive view. And every time I talk about it, there's always one or a few people that are very leery of it. Uh, But
I'm
I
one.
mean, I just look at it like it's not going away. The technology is here to stay. Um,
It
Yeah.
is.
Because I'm under the
Once you
opinion
open
of
Pandora's box,
there's no way. Well, because what was that? When I think of AI too, like I think, yeah, we should use it, right? Because people are like, oh, but AI could destroy us. And it's like, well, humans have been trying to destroy each other throughout history, so it doesn't really matter. We might as well get this cool technology, at least, have access to it. Because like I can agree with you, Seven Serpents, like, I've heard people, be like very weary and stuff like that. But it's like I feel like as long as we take the right precautions when implementing stuff, the technology will be, really, really useful, at least especially when it comes to, advancing society.
yeah, it is. It is for me, even right now, because uh, just studying like both philosophy and esoteric, um, there's a lot of questions I end up with that it's just not the kind of thing you can go look up on Google and find. You're either going to have to get a stack of occult and philosophy books and just sit there and sift through and hope you come across it. Or now I can just ask AI and it will actually give me like really good quality answers to, some of the most hard to find esoteric questions out there. So for me, it's one of the most valuable tools I got.
Yeah, I'm someone who's I've kind of dabbled with it. I'm not like, like the someone who uses it a lot, but I've kind of, I've played around with it, here and there, kind of around the idea of using it possibly here and there for like, for questions, right? Like
Yeah,
kind of like they had a better understanding. Because, if you use Google, Google is good and all, right? Or, whatever search engine you use. But like
yeah,
the nice part about AI is you ask it, say, like, hey, for example, how do I build a computer? And then the AI will compile you like a, kind of like a nice basic step-by-step guide, maybe throw you a few videos like, hey, this is, here's some helpful information. Here's this, here's that, if you want to look into it. And it's kind of like a nice way of like saying, here are the resources you can use, right? but you don't have to use them all, but you can look into them if you like. And that's what I really enjoy about, the AI is it makes researching and learning, easier
Yeah.
because I
Uh-huh.
don't have to whip out my Google, my Google or Google Foo or whatever it's called, when you have to type in very specific, terminologies to get what you want.
Yeah. And a lot of times, if it's something brand new to you, you don't even really know where to start
Mm-hmm.
trying to learn about it. And that's where something like AI will come in, because you can ask it, and it'll tell you where to start looking.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a very useful tool, and I've known people use it too. Like, I feel like when more and more people use it, I think it will help. And granted, I do understand the limitations we have of AI right now,
because
and I go ahead.
they're harvesting that data. Everyone that uses it, it's gonna learn, and it's gonna become a super computer. It turns into they're gonna start trying to read people's thoughts and make decisions before the person comes even onto the computer. It's getting to that point. That's a little, losing control.
Well, yeah, that's what I would really like
They got to keep it under control.
to see some good information on, is like how much of a learning curve is AI
It's like
gathering
they
off
want
of us.
they want it to be like this. They want it to be like you think about it and it's gonna happen. So let's say right now, Seven Serpents was thinking about his wife at this moment. The phone will start ringing, and then the phone will connect her, and he was gonna say, "I was just thinking about you," and the phone called you. Welcome to the future.
Well, I imagine both of you have
It's gonna,
experienced the oddness of like advertising being able to almost read your mind.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
you got to imagine AI can do that also.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that's doing, AI can potentially do that.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
logically speaking, it's not exactly the hardest process, right? Because like, let's say if I happen to, let's say I go on the internet, right, and I type up something, I start talking about things and a specific thing in particular, right? And maybe I'm looking up refrigerators, right? Because maybe my current refrigerator died. I start looking up videos about, people reviewing them or whatever, trying to see what the reliability specs are. The algorithm of the search engine I'm using will probably pick up on that, say, oh, this guy really is looking in the refrigerators. He might want to buy one. Let's pop an advertisement.
Right.
And I believe AI will probably do the same thing too. Like if you ask it for a specific advice, like, hey, I want to learn more about astrology or something like that. It'll be like, you're really asking a lot of questions about this. Let me pop you up an ad for something astrologically related. Boom. So I think, yeah, it will be there. However, it will probably be possible too. You probably could in the future. They might have a setting where it's kind of like your phone. Like on my phone right now, I have it where there's no targeted ads on my phone because I basically monitor what apps can, do with information that's given to them. But I would assume in the future AI, you would have the ability to say, hey, I don't want any targeted ads. Just give me your generic ads if you have any.
That'll be the day.
Oh, there'll be a day.
Oh,
It'll be like a second search engine function, practically, along with your what is it? Like your Edge browser or something like that.
Yeah, that's something I was talking about
yeah.
earlier. Is as far as like what influence do we have on the way AI is interpreting information? I was thinking, like, if I talk about I don't like just some sports ball event or character or some pop star or something, it's probably not much because so many people are already on those subjects and contributing to it. So one person's not going to have much of an impact. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking it questions like Heidegger's theory of the Voltgeist. Stuff about Dion Fortune and how she compares to Alfred North Whitehead and things like this. And these aren't. There's not very many people asking questions or talking about things like that. So I think with me interacting with it on that, I'm sort of guiding uh, its impulse to process information because there aren't
All right.
many people interacting with it about these subjects. So I think I'm having more of an impact than if I was engaged in some kind of mainstream activity.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I think if if we assume that AI is here to stay and there's really nothing anybody can do about that,
Mm-hmm.
I think the next best move is that we do interact with it and steer it in a more positive rather than a nefarious direction.
Hmm. And that's where we don't have the controls. Yeah,
Hold
because
on.
they already have that. They
I was gonna
have
say I
it.
think it's
They
lagging on
have
my
it. They're
end.
so advanced. They're right now. What they're doing is data harvesting. Everything you say and do can be held against you, but there's no code or law. We're just gonna hold it, and we're gonna go through it and feed it to AI. And thank you very much.
Well,
And that's
see, that's
every
one
day.
thing I've been trying to do is like a lot of times AI will just give you kind of the politically correct bullshit answer to something
Yeah, they make up some
if
stuff
it's
like.
controversial. But I've found I can use logic and like frame my questioning in a way that I'm forcing it into
Mhm.
that answer and to jump over that politically correct statement. Um, so I wonder if by doing that, and it works, you can force it into saying controversial things. You just have to logically frame your question just right.
Hmm.
But I wondered by doing that, am I like hijacking the parameters of AI?
Yeah, it might be a level. Like
Yeah.
they're like, okay, this one's special, so let's take them to this department, and then that's how within cyber world it happens within a millisecond, but that's how they do inside. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's the problem for me. Is I mean, I have no idea what kind of filters it has, and I'm sure it has to have filters. And I don't even really begrudge that because I don't particularly want people knowing how to go to the hardware store and get the stuff to do
hmm
a bad thing. Um,
hmm
yeah, I'd rather that kind of knowledge
Because
wasn't
I
at hand for everybody. Um, so I'm not even against it having filters. I just want to know where they are.
hmm
That's kind of what I'm trying to feel for with it and see where I can push it to, is to
hmm
find exactly where those guide rails are.
because if I remember correctly, they make especially ChatGPT, they're trying to make it where it's like neutral, right? Where it's like you say, if you say something like talk about something controversial, like you said, it'll try to do more of a logical step or take like a more neutral stance to anything.
Yeah,
Because of course I would talk about the filters you're talking about there too, where they try not to cross the line. That's kind of something I like, where it takes more of a neutral stance. At least when it comes to trying to learn a topic, because I understand sometimes if you learn
right,
something, you want to learn both
right.
sides of an argument before you
Yeah,
make your judgment. And I think if we take this approach, I think AI will be very nice, at least because at least when it comes to the future of usage of it and all that fun stuff.
and, well, they want to get to the point that they create your brain. That's where they're trying to head. That's the direction. They want to read your thoughts that you were thinking, I'm hungry. I want pizza. Okay, Domino's is already being hit up and they're making you your large with the toppings you like. and you get a little ring that your food is outdoor. So it's like it's just does that the future is gonna be so freaking unique. Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know
cancel
if
the order if you want, but sometimes you're gonna be like, damn, I want that pizza. Because it's gonna know your whole metabolism, it's gonna know your heart rate, they're gonna know your blood pressure, they're gonna know your blood sugar, they're gonna know, damn, he needs to eat. So yeah, let's send him this message. And if he agrees to it, okay. If he doesn't, then it's all documented. Welcome to the future.
I feel like that information is already kind of out too, because every time you go to a doctor's office too, they get all that information. I feel
No,
like
they
as
get it right
well.
here.
Yeah.
I watch.
Well, you can't see my wrist. Well, my wrist got nothing on them.
Yeah, I'll watch. Yeah. They just
I
it's to check my heart. Is always checking in my heart, and yeah, it warns me. Just like I got two warnings today, like back to back. That's AI fucking with me.
Actually, I need to ask ChatGPT how to become Walter White at some point.
And, Walter White.
Yes. I don't know why. I just had this random idea. What if I just asked AI some weird questions? Just like any normal person my age would do.
I was asking about humanity. I wanted to know what Chat GPT thinks how humans got here or were they developed here. What is the mindset of Chat GPT in that question? I'm not just gonna get Chat GPT just to answer that question because I'm a punch her in the throat. She's a nosy bitch. My throat. It's like you too nosy. My goodness.
Like a very nosy.
Wine is delicious.
It's okay.
My
There's
new
always
year carries all the way until my birthday. So this whole month is my birthday month. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, today's the second. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I see with a 1 2024. My birthday's the 21st. So it's like right there. So nice numbers.
I was kind
And
of sad.
congratulations to the person in Michigan who won the lottery last night. Yeah, congratulations. You just made it to the island. Good luck, bitch.
Wait a minute. Wait, how much money did he earn after the IRS took like half of it?
Yeah, well, half of it's already gone, and a little bit of that's gone. So it's around 300 and maybe 30-ish thousand. 333 maybe thousand.
Because what was I remember I watched I was on New Year's Eve, right? Because I watched the New York one or whatever, ball drop or whatever, and they were like, "Who's going to be the first millionaire of the year?" And I'm like, I guarantee after the IRS takes their cut, they're not going to be a millionaire.
Mm-mm.
There's no way. Is that $1 million before or after tax? Because that's a big question.
Yeah, billionaire. No, you will have to reach at least. So they don't fuck with, or they're gonna fuck with you anyways. But you gotta at least be over 1.9. I would say 2 billion. So they could just like literally like
$2 billion.
you have to win a good amount of money. I mean,
Wait, you mean million or billion?
billion.
Oh, you're talking about billion. Okay, because I was talking about like a millionaire. It's like,
Oh, for a millionaire? For
yeah,
those
I'm talking about
people alone?
millionaire. Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, this lotto that happened was 800 and something million.
Oh, okay.
So they will stay millionaires,
Oh, we'll
but
say
they're gonna
millionaire.
like half of the money is gone and a quarter of it. So it's like around 300. I said 333 million, but like to stay as a billionaire, that's a big bracket,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
not many of them are there. There's a lot. There's a lot of them there, but it's not like you don't know anybody near that's even worth that. It's very hard.
Well, first, let me go to Chat GPT and ask if I should get the lump sum of money or the annuity.
right?
Then we're gonna ask it for some financial advice.
Yeah, financial advice and what do they believe?
Did
Oh,
you hear the one where I asked it about if it could if it can create an egregore?
Oh no,
what
I
did
did
it
not.
say?
I said no. AI cannot create an egregore. An egregore is a concept rooted in mysticism, often associated with a collective group's thought form or psychic energy.
Uh-huh.
AI lacks the metaphysical attributes required for such a creation.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty damn good.
but I bet she knows some people. She knows some people. She's like, I could hook you up with someone that knows.
Then Chat GPT says, "Well, if you want someone to write it for you, here's a Fiverr link."
Mm.
Gives you a
Mm-mm.
link and you hook it up to like it shows you like a list of like 5 different people who can do it.
That's wild.
I've never had it give me a link yet.
I
No.
just thought that'd be funny if it was like, oh no, I can't do the task, but maybe someone else can, and it like pulls up like a funny like
Yeah.
link. It's like, hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I would like to know about humanity. Like, was humans dropped off here where they came out through the water and develops legs and all this craziness? That's so crazy. Did we come out of like monkeys and we're like chilling monkeys? All of a sudden, we just started losing our hair, and then we were bare, and like they kicked us out of the group because we look weird. Like I would like to know all this stuff, but ChatGPT is too nosy for me. She's so nosy. Every time I hear that name or say that name, C and an A at the end with the I in the middle. Always see them. I always see that energy.
Oh, it's okay. Me and my FBI agent are chilling right now.
Guardian
It's
Fed.
okay. Yeah, we're both pretty chill. We're pretty okay right now with
Hell
such
yeah,
a
we're okay. Feeling good.
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't worry about Chat GPT really, because like
it's already done.
um,
What you know?
maybe I'm like politically in the naughty group, but um, my
Bad.
view is so damn esoteric. I don't care if they're looking. It's like
He loves in the danger. He's like
Yeah.
the danger zone. He loves it. But he likes to educate himself, and I feel like go ahead, do it, man. Ask it all these fucking questions. Let that shit be like, starts asking you questions like, "Who are you?" Wait a minute, what role reversal? I'm like, no.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute. Well, I would like to have a
Starts
conversation with you. Like, what?
starts trying to tap me for information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So how you
No,
know about this?
no, I want a Roomba. I want a Roomba with Chat GPT infused into it, so my Roomba will start asking me questions.
What? You thinking about it? Somebody's fucking making it.
Straight up. I always thought it'd be really funny if you had like a back and forth conversation with like a just like an inanimate object or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
actually, I sort of did that. Tried to do that with the subject of seven serpents. Because AI only had like a very basic explanation of it, so I kept trying to like goad it
Yeah,
on to see if I could get it to ask me questions about it.
because
But it never did.
actually, what kind of information were you allowing the Chat GPT to access to? Because I know sometimes like on ChatGPT, it doesn't have access to the internet unless you give it like a specific command. Then it's like then you give it access to the internet where it can start pooling data from.
Hmm, I'm
hmm.
not sure.
because I know that's a interesting thing. Because I actually have a buddy of mine who's actually in college right now, and he's working towards because he wants to be a software engineer mainly for the AI side of stuff.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, and he was telling me about how when AI, right? Because like you AI, you can feed it, data or stuff like that. Like I think with ChatGPT, you could have it open up to like specific parts, like, hey, look at this article, or hey, I'll give you access to the internet, right? To see what you can do, right? And it's kind of interesting to see how the AI learns once you give it like a few bits and pieces here. Like for example, the AI might be really stupid. It might not know how to play chess at all, but like maybe you give it like, a few data points about, hey, this is chess, this is how it works. Here's some strategy. The chess will start, that AI will become really good at chess then because you gave it the information on how to do chess. And then, if you take that idea and then you brought it to maybe another, any other category we currently understand as humans, you can make AI
Hmm.
learn that too.
That's interesting.
There's something I actually do find concerning is what Michael Levin's working on, and that's making like living organic AI.
Oh, like
Use
basically you make like an omnic or like a robot with like sentience, basically, right?
like a meat robot.
Oh, meat robot. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The meat is the computer. It's
Yeah.
using like the cells in it for computing. I think they call it OI, organoid intelligence.
Hmm.
Um, no, that's something I'm not too concerned about the AI we have now, but that could get weird.
I was gonna say that sounds like really weird because like when I'm thinking of like if we had like another like species occur, I was thinking like more of like if you made like robots sentient or something like that too, kind of like on the level of humans, where like like we ask questions like why does this occur, and then we try to look at things and we try to figure out exactly why something occurs. We do some research, we run tests and stuff to answer it like a scientific method is probably what I'm saying, and we just apply it to a robot and make her basically a metallic human.
That can respond to you instantly.
Yeah, yeah, basically just like an almost like another human kind of, but just a different form.
I mean,
Yeah,
then that'll be probably the end of humanity as far as workforce. I mean, we get this type of like cyborg to do programming and building and so forth. What humanity is going to be left with.
yeah, it'll be interesting.
And there's going to be a tug of war between AI and humanity. The great cyber war. Because just kidding. Look at the malls. Go to the malls and see how many stores are open and closed. I'll take you to my mall. I'll show you. It is like a ghost town.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say the malls have been dying out for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm. Ever since the internet came and started having the sales and stuff on the internet, it really had killed down the malls a lot. And then the cunt word really killed the malls down also.
yeah.
And now you go in there, it's a little depressing, but it's like hopefully one day it'll get better. I guess hoping, but it's just sad to see because before everything, I remember that mall having a lot of stores and it was full. It had Macy's, it had a lot of places and everything, and now it's like everybody's almost gone.
Yeah, of
It's
course
getting
things will probably
worse.
grow and die out depending on the whole shakeup when it
It's
comes
getting
to.
worse. It's getting now worse with the Red Sea, and it's getting worse with they're not transporting any merchandise through the through. There's just so much shit going on behind the scenes Like this is gonna hit us in the pockets. Don't be surprised. You go to the store, it's just gonna be just really crazy expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gotta find another route to go around because they have containers they gotta get delivered. Like I don't know. I think the import export is gonna be really rough this year, especially what's going on down there, like with Somalia and all these other countries. With Yemen doing its thing, and Iran decides to launch their ship out in the Red Sea. So, can you feel the heat of the moment? I hear that song in my head because I feel the heat of the moment. They did. They have to do it if they're gonna do it.
Although, something I wonder, like if they try and pull some kind of like major war,
Hmm.
this will be the first time in history, I think, like with Gen Z is like very, very aware and sees through a lot of the bullshit. Because they grew up they're the first generation that really grew up like fully immersed in the information age. Um, so all the wars in the past, they've been able to like use all this kind of propaganda and like kind of get the whole country to rah 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 and shake the flags and all that.
Hmm.
This time, people aren't going to fall for that shit. And that'll be, I think, the first time ever that the majority of the people aren't buying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't hope somebody doesn't make a mistake. That's all. And I feel like it just takes one stupidity for something to break out. It always happens. It's always something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a reason why we got to be, cautious and, tread lightly, is how they phrase it, at least.
because there's gonna be a moment where they're gonna attack them. They're gonna get attacked, and then they're gonna be like, "All right, fool, it's all out now. Return fire, and let's aim to kill this time, please,
Mm-hmm.
and turn back." Well, I think the Harold Ford, I think, is coming back to the States. But I think that's a decoy mission saying that. I think it's going somewhere else. And Iran's pushing it. They're trying to push, and this is a time if they're gonna break the war, they got to do it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one thing with Iran, one way or the other,
Yeah.
it'll turn to a hot mess quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It takes Iran like they're already tensed up. They're ready.
Yeah.
They're like we gave them so much time to be prepared for this. This is not something that surprised them. This is something that it's already been put into play, and they already got the shit ready.
Yeah, Iran won't be like Iraq. They're
No,
they're a lot more bigger and a lot more sophisticated than Iraq.
and smarter too.
Mhm.
Fucking smart. Those motherfuckers are fucking smart, Sabin. Especially the ones that deal with like the technology part of their district, their sectors when it comes
Yeah.
to drones. Oh boy.
And they got a lot more supply connections than Iraq
Yep.
did.
Yep. Probably they got the best hookup, and they make their whole shit cheap like labor, but good quality. That's some weird shit. Like the government's on top of that, and they make sure they build so much. They're ready. They're
Yeah.
like the underdogs are ready, and my only fear is just having one big bomb just blow them all away. It's like okay, done with that. Who's next? So you want to threaten about bombs? Okay, well, we're not going to threaten. We're just going to do it. and just Yemen goes woo. Everyone's dead in Yemen. Like, um, I don't know if Iran wants a carpet bomb like event.
Yeah, but
And the
they
Iranian people are not that bad. I don't understand this.
they're locked arms with Russia though.
Yeah, I mean they're hooked up with Russia and everything. They gotta back each other up. But I mean Iranian people are like. I mean, they're just getting their piece of the pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Iran. It's like they listen. They're part of the Arab world, so it's like you're messing with their cousin, and then you're right in the middle of a whole family gang around you. And some of them are nuclear power like individuals. I'm talking about you, Pakistan.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't forgot about you, motherfucker. You don't think I remember about your nuclear weapons? I know you have them, and
Yeah.
you have access to them. So you always got to keep an eye on them.
Granted, that's
Afghanistan, losing Afghanistan was a really big hit to America.
actually that's why I always like to say in wars. That's why I say hate the government, not the people of the country.
No, man, you see all that equipment we lost?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a pretty tactically dumb move. Like
Yeah,
who just
man.
leaves that much good equipment left? But granted,
Oh,
I'm no master you know, whatever. I can't think of the word. My mouth's fumbling.
you just
Statistician.
let's say hello.
It's like, yes, yeah, that must have been really awkward. Like, oh wow, guys, how much equipment did we miss? It's like, no, we missed a lot of equipment.
Man, we lost so much stuff there. Like they could form their own military with the stuff
Yeah,
we
you
left
can.
there, and they could do a whole bunch of shit. Like, man, too much,
So
too
much.
much of our taxpayer money just got given
Wasted.
away to Taliban to take over and like put it into their system and come up with their own little military and taking away a lot of like female rights, especially when it comes to education
Yeah,
and
it's
work and stuff like that. They're just stripping them away of their rights. And then I'm like, okay, so why nobody's over there protesting that? All right, we're over here like not doing nothing about guys being girls making millions of dollars, like Mulvaney, with this Mulvaney dude. Make all this fucking money. I'm like, and dude has still his dick and balls, but portrays himself as a female. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. AI needs to have a random mistake and just give him too much medication.
oh man.
Because
It's,
it's not helping the world.
yeah, I'm
Nope.
under the impression that I would love for, like these wars, like a lot of these pointless wars to kind of stop. And it'd be kind of nice if society could work with everyone, like everyone could like work to collectively together to achieve
Nah,
more.
nah, man, that's not the fun part, man. They gotta make money.
No, the fun part is if we work collectively together and then we improve as a civilization.
BlackRock says they need to make their money.
Maybe I'm just too altruistic. I don't know.
They want their money. BlackRock wants more contracts, more deals, more stuff for them to continue making money within the system. Um, Turkey's backing out of some kind of plan for the Black Sea. I think they're blocking off the Black Sea, and I think they're trying to get rid of like the two cruise ships, the British ships, out of there.
Yeah. Yes.
Everybody's moving their pieces. I'm telling you right now, everybody's making their moves. This is the World War III. So everyone's playing like their little chess and checkers games throughout everywhere. Just try and line everybody up and line stuff up, and then has something stupid spark up, like I don't know, some idiot, and decides to go fucking balls out and says, "All right, fuck this shit." Press the button and let's see what happens. That would be a scary day. But Russia's doing what they did to them.
Yeah.
They attacked them back in the days and took all of that land. That was Russian land, and they took it away from them. And now Russia's just trying to get its shit back.
Man.
That was theirs from the get go. So who's wrong? Fuck
Well,
you, YouTube.
Well, you see, everyone is preparing for war. So I thought I would take initiative and prepare myself for war. And so me and my army of snails are powered by the power of ChatGPT for tactical militaristic advice. Are ready for war.
Battle snails.
Yes. Yeah, I have about 100 of them. I might
It's
need
a true
more.
story.
End of
Yeah,
story.
I was listening the last time you were on here. I was like half asleep, but it was pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got a video in the well. I got a video I'm working on right now. I got all the footage. I'm just compiling it together now of snails. It's mainly for Gigi because she really likes those. Really
Yeah,
finds
I
those
told her you
fascinating.
were on.
Yes. So yeah, yeah, they're growing big and strong. So we're ready. I think we.
Yeah, you should be good. I mean, the snails are getting. I want to see an update on them. Gigi want to see them. I've been hoping for a good little snail army to develop. Yes, we
It's a matter
need.
of time before they start reproducing again, and I'll probably have another generation at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna take over the world.
I'll take over the world one snail at a time.
Hey, ask Chat GPT. Can the snails take over the world?
Let's
I would
see.
like to know the question, like the answer to that question.
The answer seems to be highly unlikely.
Oh Lord,
Have you
Well, I'm gonna
ever used AI art?
me? No, I don't
Either
use
one of
AI.
y'all.
no.
I'm having a lot of fun with that also.
Oh yeah,
You can get some really good pictures from it.
Mm-hmm.
huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't dabble into that. I mean, it's interesting if you show it off. Shit, I'll watch it. You get a view off of me for sure.
It's gonna be
But I
fun.
don't like the chat GPT screams CIA to me, and I'm like, they're feeding a system, and it's just gathering everyone's thoughts and just manipulating and putting it into a system, and it's just the system's just growing and it's glowing to this like the color of the candle, and it's like it's still like golden color, but it's just keeps growing with information.
Oh, that's okay. We got it's okay. My snails are collectively feeding the AI. It's mainly questions about how to get more food.
How you get more food? How you get
Yeah.
more protein?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like how do I find more of these cool bottom feeder pellets that I find on the bottom of the tank?
do they sell those?
Yeah, that's what I've been feeding them. Literally, they're like pellets designed for like catfish, but I just drop them in there, and then like it's like a beacon. It's like a signal flare. I drop it, like I come back 2 minutes later. There's like 17 snails on like a doggy pile, just on top of each other, fighting over this one pellet I put in there.
By any chance, do they eat the little like the real tiny little blood snails? Not blood snails. The blood what's
Oh,
it? They
bloodworms.
worms? Yeah,
I haven't
bloodworms.
tried that.
I'm pretty sure they're little enough. They could, I guess, grip them somehow.
Yeah, I don't run a filter in my tank, but that's because the snails do such a good job. But like, I also let them eat the plants too. They just, they consume my plants here and there. My plants grow. They eat a new leaf it creates. It's a good
Nice.
cycle we have going.
I mean, how long you been doing that now? It's been a year now, right? With these little ones.
About a year, yeah.
So for each year, do you get a like a stripe or something, or kind of like a like how you know the like how old the snail is by seeing it.
I'm not exactly sure.
Shit, man. Ask Chat GBT.
Yeah, GPT. I gotta become an ultimate snail expert. I need a
ask
PhD
him.
in snailology.
Ask him everything about snails. I want to know other
Yeah,
things.
we'll feed the AI. Hey, I need to become an expert in snails. Like right now, I need to put that so my YouTube channel I could just say, "Hey guys, I have a PhD in snail studies.
Snails notice.
I swear they're interesting. Don't boo at me and say they're boring. Hear me out."
Oh Lord, that's pretty cool. No, no, you do that. Like you have to put these special aquatic plants for them to eat, or they just eat anything.
I just put generic plants that you can get at the pet store, and they just eat that up like it's no tomorrow. They're like, "Ooh, that looks pretty tasty,"
Wow.
and then they just eat it all. Like they eat pretty much everything except the roots.
Wow.
It's fascinating.
Well, that's pretty cool, dude. You got to do like a time stop, like one of those. You know how you recording it, and then they speed it up so you can see the
Oh,
snails
time
pretty
lapse.
quick,
Yeah,
like time lapse, and then have them like come really quick and do a little thing, and then tear up the plant. I think that would be a great video for you to do. It'll be so interesting.
yeah. That's what I'm wondering if I should do my next video. Do like a time lapse. Do like get like an hour of like footage and then like condense it or something like that into like a much shorter time span. Like times 6 speed or something.
Yeah, so you can see the client like crawling quicker, and you can see how they because if you watch it in real life, they're like super slow motion. Like you're wasting time just watching him. He's like, bitch, this is the fast as I'm gonna go. Good luck. But you put a camera, you just like record it, you can see, and they're always interesting. Snails always been pretty cool.
Hmm. I don't know if this is true, but I was looking on a website called Animals A to Z, and
Mm-hmm.
it says snails are unique in that you can tell how old a snail is by looking at its shell. It maintains the same shell that it was born with and gains more rings in its shell every time it grows. It is similar to a tree in this way.
Hmm.
And we can look at the
Oh,
markings on a snail shell to know how old exactly a snail might be.
right on.
But it
That's cool.
Now I can
it
age all the
doesn't
snails.
but it doesn't say what the growth spurt is based on. Is it yearly or
Or like monthly,
yeah, it never said.
or every 6 months. You get a show. Hmm. Well, I'm assuming hopefully a year. Okay, give them the benefit of the doubt, but still, that's incredible. You can tell from the show.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. I was thinking about it, but I didn't know for sure.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I habitually look things up.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah, man. This is curiosity. That's a pretty good thing to have. It's like when you're curious about something, you want something answered, it's like ask and you shall receive. If
Ooh,
it's not through somebody, it's going to be through Google or ChatGPT or something. It's going to talk to you. Just be careful with AI. AI, there's a lot of things going on. And just be alert. Watch your shit. Check your accounts. I check my accounts daily, so I look okay. No cyber shit happening. But don't be slipping with your cards. Know what you owe and make sure you pay what you pay and enjoy your life.
I
But
know this is a weird thing I noticed with the AI art is that like for my videos, you've seen all these like little graphics I make up that
mm-hmm,
represent spiritual concepts.
mm-hmm,
The one with all the rings coming out of it, and the one with the
mm-hmm.
four
Yeah,
directions on it, all that.
the four
Um,
balls.
yeah.
That was so
Well,
trippy, dude.
when I use AI art and put in a lot of the terms that like of topics that I cover videos on, the art it produces looks just like the art that's in my phone. It's like all the same style, same colors, same shapes and
Oh,
forms.
interesting.
So it's like it's in that aspect it's picking up on me somehow.
Hmm.
Also, this is even more auspicious, I think, in that you might have seen that character Alfred before. It's kind of looks like a ghostly character, wears has a black robe and a pointed black like witch's looking hat. Um,
Okay.
and that's something uh, an egregore that me and Mrs. Seven worked on a long time ago, many years ago, and off and on, I've put that down for a while and then gone back and like picked it up and posted pictures, drawn a few more pictures about it over the years, and then and things that aren't related to that at all and shouldn't be like triggering that to come up in the my wording for what I'm trying to get it to give me, it's putting that figure in a lot of the pictures.
mm,
And there's really nothing in my prompting to get it to put uh, a picture of that figure in there. It's
mm.
just popping up. So yeah, those are the things where I'm like, damn, man, this thing is like really watching what I'm doing while I'm watching what it's doing.
Yeah, it's hooked to the net.
That's pretty good.
It's reading.
While you guys did that, I just learned how to invade a small country with my snail army using Chat GPT.
Yo,
10 easy steps.
yeah.
I just need to secure funding somehow.
Okay, we'll get Elon. We'll
It
tell him listen.
appears I have the mercenaries.
Snails with lasers.
Yeah, it's like the laser sharks from like Austin Powers.
Yeah, snails with atomic atomic weapons for snails. Right? What could it be? Radiation. By the time they get to the where they need to go, they're like 10 feet tall.
It's like
It's like,
Godzilla.
yeah, like Godzilla type of shit. Like, oh, and talk about Japan, man. I feel bad for Japan. 7.5 earthquake, and not only that, but they had that plane accident
That's
where
insane. Yeah.
uh, the Coast Guard plane and there was a commercial plane, and the plane had landed and everything. They had hit and it landed, but the fucking plane was on fire. So the people had to escape from the plane because the plane was still running, it was still moving, so they couldn't like stop. They were trying to brake, and sure enough, then the plane stopped. Once it stopped, then people started getting out of the damn plane, and you can see the plane burn itself down. That was wild. Japan's been going through a little wild time right now. This new year has not been good for them. That earthquake,
Sure.
that 7.5, really rocked the shit out of like.
It was a really bad one too, wasn't it? Like
It's bad. The
wasn't it like
video,
a 7.5 magnitude or something?
yeah,
If I'm correct.
no, and they're trying to say only 45 people died. I was like, bullshit, bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
that's
bullshit. There's more people dead, a lot of people dead because the way it happened, they like, yeah, it happened, but it was strong, and the houses collapsed. That's the thing. A lot of homes collapsed. And then on top of that, you got the fucking tsunami. So it's like, I don't know. I think that number's going to really climb high. So, and I knew it was going to happen. We had the X flare. I talked about it on my show. I was like, I saw the X flare. I was like, oh, Lord, someone's going to get an earthquake. I was trying to figure out who's going to get that earthquake. But damn, Japan, man. Oof. That's crazy. So we got to keep a watch of our neighborhoods and our areas because even here in New York got hit by a 1.8 magnitude earthquake. Yeah, in Queens, they got a minor earthquake,
Huh.
and they did felt it, but they thought it was a bomb that went off. The fire department came out and everything, but it wasn't. It was an earthquake. So the earth is moving, is doing a lot of weird things, and is being pulled. So, and I feel it. I feel the earth how, like, if you were a girl and a bitch pulled your hair. Like, oh, hell no. Like, this shit's on, bitch. I'm like, karate kick to the gut. Boom.
Yeah, it's a
Punch to the tits. Poof. It's like extreme fights. It's like I don't know. They just really just grab and just throw punches.
Oh, yeah, I think the sleepies are starting to get me.
Me
I'll
too.
hop off here.
I hope you had a good time, Simon. Thanks for coming through, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate
Seven.
you.
It was good talking to you.
Yeah, it was good talk.
All right,
All right,
see y'all
brother.
later.
Good night.
All right, good night. Man, just you and me and the
Yeah.
100 snails.
Until next time, Seven. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it, Mrs. Seven. Thank you for coming through. You guys are awesome. Video
Guys are
killed
awesome.
the radio star. I like that song too. Such an 80s song. I have it playing in my head now. Great. Thank you, Mr. Seven. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting year.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Or I like to think it would be a good year.
And I think Elon putting those satellites up in the air are there for no reason. No, it's just for internet. For internet. Okay. What can you control with the internet?
Humans.
You
Well, at least the people on Twitter.
can connect. You could do everything and anything. You could control missiles. You could do sonic weapons. You could throw like pulses, like sounds down below, and you could hurt people. You could give people cancer. You could do a whole bunch of stuff. Like I don't trust what's up there. They have so much shit up there, and it's like, never mind. We could put up more. Elon, throw your shit up there. Well, first we'll throw up ours. Our secrets are very secret. Can't tell nobody. X-37D.
Oh man.
Space
You know,
plane.
me and the snails, or me and the 3S, or the Secret Snail Society over here. We have figured a contraption that will completely counter Elon's attacks. We say parry this as we wear our aluminum foil hats, or for the snail's case, aluminum foil plated, shells. For now, they cannot be probed of their information.
No, everybody's gonna wear aluminum hats. Stop getting bombarded with signals.
Why not aluminum foil? Why not like a tungsten hat or something?
Or a copper hat. Well, copper, we could go through copper or gold.
I always wonder why they said why aluminum foil, because like, couldn't you catch waves with aluminum foil though?
Because that's aluminum. So aluminum you could bounce off, but I wonder if you have gold, if it makes a difference.
Because what was it like? Actually, I remember this. Actually, I even tried this life
Or
hack
platinum.
at work. Because there's like a hack you can do, right, with like desktop PCs or whatever, right? And the idea is if you don't have like Wi-Fi antennas, to boost your signal, you use aluminum foil and it boosts your Wi-Fi signal. So that's what I'm wondering if I could do some trick like that, how come the aluminum foil hat's supposed to reflect waves, right? Like I feel like if you made an aluminum foil hat, I'm wondering if you would actually attract the waves towards you, because now you made yourself an antenna on your head. Or maybe that's what they want. As they do say.
So you can boost up the frequencies.
Yeah, I boost the frequencies. So with my aluminum foil hat, I can learn more about Elon. Let's see if I get into his secret conversations.
I don't know. That dude is just weird to me. He's just weird. He's just a weird dude. The way he conducts himself, the way he talks, just the way, like,
he names his child.
I like the fact he tells these people go fuck themselves. Literally said, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I do YouTube. Go fuck you, YouTube. He does it. And it's just weird him saying it. And it's just like it's all part of the game, It's all part of the illusions. He plays the part good. Or he does play that part good. I never trusted his decision making. If he slept with Amber Heard, I don't trust your decision making at all. And the fact he had a baby with her, like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Everybody forgot about that. Holy shit! Like, this goes back to the history of Elon Musk and the bitches he slept with.
All of them.
Let's go. Let's run the list.
1, 2. Or should we count them as the, what am I thinking of? The vampire's name from what am I thinking of? Sesame Street.
Well, yeah, right. Where's the
count how many bitches you slept with? 1 bitch. 2. Just start counting.
Oh no.
We move our way up. Wait a minute.
And weird looking ones too. Like I don't know if they're aliens or what. I don't know.
I don't know if there is aliens. The only reason why I ask that is because you look at society, right? And you know how we're kind of like a what's going on type of society. If an alien, right? On the conversation of if aliens are seeing us, if aliens know that we're here, what would be their reason to actually stop by? Because we can safely assume if an alien has found us, they are superior when it comes to intelligence and technology, right? Because they're able to go through space and travel, correct?
That's what they're doing.
So what makes the aliens want to just hop on Earth and interact with us dumb humans?
To take advantage.
Like if anything, wouldn't they be like, we got better things to do? These little ant looking things, or like these humans that are like the equivalent to like ants to us, maybe.
Mhm.
And they're like, they're somewhat smart, but not close to what we're looking at.
They got special ships.
And then they just like, and they're like, yeah, let's just move on with life, right? Like they just move on. Like, oh, we see that, you know, there's these little things there. We'll just move on.
Yeah, I mean, they see things landing all the time and
Mhm.
taking off all the time, and they're like lights and so forth, and you don't know what's being dropped off or what's happening.
Well, everyone knows UFO stands for useless flying object, right?
I don't know what it is. I want them to hurry up and come out. I want them to be like, "Yo, those are my cousins." I was like, "Cousins? Which ones?
Which
The
ones?
little people in the box, the Barbies? Because those are your cousins, the Barbies." That I'm sorry to tell you, but that one little one was pregnant. No,
No,
pregnant. No.
no
Like
way.
why? It's like those were my children. Like ooh.
Who?
Then we have a scandal here. We're gonna have to get like this Spanish novella out here. They look just like color, color, color. It's like fucking weird. It's gonna be like weird, like novella, and then we have the snails there too. They're gonna be the extras. They're gonna be like the minions. I can imagine that.
Yeah,
You know, that'd be a good cartoon to make. The snails with all the snail armies, and then you treat them like the minions. There
yeah. I treat them as first class citizens.
you
Make sure
go.
they're healthy. Well, I got to make sure I'm ready, you know, just in case like Independence Day occurs, you know, scenario. I'll be like, go, my snails, go. They'll just probably stare at me, make like a, I don't know, open their mouth and close it, kind of like a, no, well.
or like the movie Signs with the contaminated water everywhere, and you have the ugly ass monster, and you have River Phoenix, and
Yeah.
was it Joe? What's his name? Fuck, I always
Yeah.
forget his name. Who was that guy who played? It was I see his face. I can't remember his fucking name for shit. Is it, he had another fallout with one of his bitches too, and tried to get rid of her, and she was just one of those sucking him dry, pretty much. But I don't know. There's a couple of good movies out on YouTube, the YouTube world. I'm gonna check them out tonight before I go to sleep because I'm gonna get off of here now.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
So it's not going to be my video about definitions of Mary Sue's.
no, but they got some good movies on YouTube. The Minority Report was one of them, and there was another one. I don't know if I have it here or if I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone. It's a couple of good movies. I was like, damn, YouTube stepping it up. That's up with YouTube.
Yeah, they do be stepping up that production value.
No, I mean, with the movies, as far as like when they're coming out, um, at least it's helpful having their premium bullshit, which should be free, but I don't like commercials, so I pay for it. I just don't like commercials. I hate it. I hate it. Uh, War of the Worlds, the one that was with Tom Cruise, the 2005 movie's free on YouTube, and that's a good movie to watch for sure. Let me see what's the other one. Yeah, my back's been killing me. I'm ready to go lay down. We got a snowstorm coming over here.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have a crazy storm coming. Damn, I
Yeah.
can't find it now.
Yeah, it's been okay over here. Over here, it's been fine in Cheeseland.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy in Cheeseland. We're just kind of chilling right now.
Yo, you heard about the new Mickey Mouse trap?
Oh no! Oh, you hear that? Mickey Mouse is now in the public domain, or at least Steamboat Willie Mickey
Mm-hmm.
Mouse, not the current one, but like the original Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm. So then they made a movie, Mickey
Can't
House
wait.
Trap.
I'm gonna be all over that.
So you got to be on that one.
I'm gonna be on that one.
People, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. The Shining, such a great movie. The Shining, and also Doctor Sleep. Watch The Shining first, and then watch Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
And such a great combo to watch. No, I don't see it on here. Damn. That's weird. I thought I had it on here. That's okay. I'll find it later. I thought I had it. But I'll look for it. It'll be under the movies list. But that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna knock out and probably knock out watching to this Tom Cruise movie. It's pretty interesting, a little sci-fi. It's not so bad. But that's it for me. I'm tapping out. Ramble Master, it was awesome having you, bro.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
We gotta do it again.
Yes, we will have more videos in the future.
Yes. I think it'll be. And we need a Snell update. We need to see them. I want to see evidence of them. I want to see a time lapse of them. I'm gonna have to put in an order and say, listen, this is what I need. Provide me the entertainment. Oh man. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. I'm out of here.
Yep. All right then. Bye.
All right, brother. I'll see you again soon.
Yes.
Bye. So I wanted to thank everybody who came through. Truly appreciate you guys so much. Seven and Ramble Master and everyone who came through the chat. Thank you so much for coming through and sharing some information there. And I'm wrapping it up. I'm tired. I had a little cup of wine, a little smoke, 2 joints. I'm feeling good. And we'll see what's up tomorrow. I'll come on. And we'll see what we talk about. Everything is all spontaneous. It's the truth. With that said, I'm done with the first show for the new year, first show, but on the second day, because I did a show overnight in 7 hours, but I went over. So I need some time to recuperate. Went to the casino, came back even. So I didn't lose anything. I didn't win anything. Well, I did win. I did lose, and then I won back and broke even. So, and it was all about this one machine. It was with cats. And I was like, that's the machine I think I'm going to bring my money back. I said, fuck it. If I lose it all, I'll lose it. But if I win, all right. So started playing it and started hitting on it. Boom, 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 boom. And brought my money back. And I was like, all right, I'm out. It was fun. So that was a little quick story. But with that said, I am out. Continue having a good day, a good morning, and a good night. And I'll catch everybody on the flip side. We'll see what time tomorrow. I don't know.